Let's go to a hashtag Tequila Thursday. Gulp, gulp, gulp. May need the entire bottle. Get through this, special if you are a silver and black fan. As Vegas sellers at the trade deadline, getting rid of Jacoby Myers, sending him to Jacksonville. Much of the happiness wide receivers have been demanding a trade since this summer. Going against the Denver Broncos, who are white stinking hot at the moment. Horvey, the over-under, sitting at 42 right now at BetMGM. No, yar, shiver me timbers, Captain Hook involved. What's your take? Over, under, Vegas, Denver.
So, if I had a free $100 in my pocket to bet this game, I would only bet the over. But instead, how I'm going to target this game is I'm going to take the team total over on Denver. The reason being, I think that the Broncos are going to be able to put up some points against this Raiders defense, who's not really getting much pressure. Really, the only issue for Bo Nix is when he has to push the ball down the field. He's been solid dinking and dunking. He's been solid with his legs. And Denver has been awesome in the second half, especially the fourth quarter of these games when their offense is really taken off. But the only thing I don't trust is the Vegas offense and Geno Smith against this pass rush for Denver, because Denver right now, even without Pat Surtain, they could get after the quarterback. They're third in pressure rate, 42%, and they have a league high 11.9% sack rate. Geno Smith, it's the same story as it's always been when he's pressured. He's only thrown for 5.7 yards per pass, which is outside the top 20, a 1.4% touchdown rate, 25th in the league, and a league high 7.1% interception rate. So that's my concern, right? They move the ball, they get in the red zone, Geno turnover, or they settle for field goals. So I lean over, but instead I'm going to play the Broncos team total over. I think they score at least 24 in this game.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that viewpoint. What's kind of crazy, doing some research on this game today, Denver's only got 4 INTs this year. Well, all the time they have in that secondary. That's a bit mystifying, a bit baffling. But don't worry, Geno will probably double that number by games in on Thursday. Man, he's been such rubbish this season. I'm going to live and land down under on the total on the 42. Again, it's no knock against Denver. It's more of a knock against Vegas. I don't think they're going to be able to really move the ball effectively. Even with Brock Bowers back. I do kind of like Trey Tucker, though. I did take the over on his receiving yards prop today at 41.5. Also bet the over on his receptions at 3.5. When Myers now out of the mix, the Broncos have been sleepwalking consistently through 3 quarters, and they all of a sudden wake up and come alive in the fourth quarter. I don't think that's going to be the case in this game. It shouldn't be. And they are still number 4 in EPA per play defense. Vegas number 23 in that category. But these teams have been trending to the under. Vegas 3-5-1 over to under this season, and Denver 3-6 over to under. So I think the under is going to hit again. So I will take that at the 42 on Thursday Night Football. Let's go to Buffalo and Miami. The over-under right now sitting at 50 at BetMGM. So what's your take? Over-under 50, Bills, Dolphins.
Yeah, again, if I had to bet this total, it would only be the over. The concern would be if Miami wants to stay competitive, maybe they look to run the rock with Devon Achane and Ollie Gordon, because Buffalo is allowing a league high 91 yards per game on runs of 10 or more yards. So you could hit some explosives. You could also kind of grind it out. But I would have to take the over, man. Again, I think Buffalo is going to have a ton of success because they hit explosive plays. They're 7th right now. 21% of their plays are going 10 or more yards going against this Miami defense. I think there's going to be a lot of quit because they have really nothing to play for. So I like the over here. I haven't bet it, but I would only bet the over.
Me too, man. I think Buffalo is going to be good for at least, 30, 35? So the question you're going to ask yourself is, can Miami score a couple of times? And maybe even can they get to 10 points? It's a legitimate question, but the weakness of the Bills defensively, this is a story that's been told over and over and over again, is defending the run. And Miami still has one of the best running backs in the AFC in Devon Achane back there, kind of a jack of all trades, can chew up real estate on the ground and also through the air. Ollie Gordon, we'll see if he's able to go. He's got that ankle injury. I doubt he plays or has any meaningful action. And Jalen Waddle is a guy who certainly can help out moving the chains vertically. But again, I think Buffalo, minimum 30 points. I think they're going to maybe flirt with 40 when it's all said and done. Can the Dolphins score at least 10? I say they will. and the over actually does hit. You look at the records of these two teams over and under. Buffalo 4-4 over and under this season. Miami has gone over though in 6 of 9 nice games this season. So I'm in lockstep with it. Give me the over 50 and Bills and Dolphins. Let's go next to the Windy City and my Chicago Bears taking on the New York Giants. Caleb Williams gets Jackson Dart. The total in this one at 48.5. So, Horby, what are your thoughts? Over, under, Giants, Bears.
This one I did bet. I know I'm probably on the side of the Joes, but I don't care. I like the over at 48.5. I think this total will probably close in the 50s, or at least hits the 50s, man. So the Giants have given up 30-plus points, 3 straight games now? And Jackson Dart, I think, is going to be able to make some plays against the Chicago defense. If you look at the last 3 weeks, Tyler Huntley, Snoop Huntley, Joe Flacco, career games against the Bears. So I think that Jackson Dart's going to show well, even with, no Cam Scatterbo, obviously, no Malik Neighbors. I think they score enough points, man. I think this is going to be a really competitive, fun game. I like the over. I think this is going to be a shootout.
Yeah, totally agree, man. Bears aren't playing like a defense. They're the gummy bears, the Berenstein Bears. I mean, they've been absolutely awful defensively on the back end. Yeah, Brando, I tried to tell you. I thought they were improving in the trenches defensively, and then they were humbled last week by those Cincinnati Bengals. It's going to be more of the same. The Giants got to be able to move the chains uninhibitedly, and the Bears will do the same because the G-Man providing zero resistance on defense, number 30 in EPA per play D entering the week. So over and over again. Giants, Bears. What about Patriots, Buccaneers? The total sitting at 48.5. Also in that one, Drake May versus Baker Mayfield, refreshed coming off the bye week. What's the call here? Over or under?
Funny, I usually only bet unders, but I like another over here, man. The Patriots have been a lot of fun. They have the second highest, I believe, still passing EPA per pass, per play, I should say, in the NFL. And, they're going to be going against a struggling secondary. Drake London, man. You saw what obviously he did. 118 yards, 3 tutties. So I think this is going to be a higher scoring game. I think, again, it's going to close in the 50s. So I like the over here.
I disagree. I kind of like the under. And the only reason why is this. Both these defenses, despite their ills and inadequacies, they're top 10 in EPA per play D. In fact, Tampa Bay is at number 3 in that category, largely because of Vita Vea and what they do on the ground. I do worry about the back end and the hot hand there of Drake May. But New England, certainly not slouches, and EPA per play defense of their own at number 8. So it's going to be tight. I'm probably going to regret this. Going to be wiping egg yolks out of the eye and the retina come week's end. But I think the under is going to prevail. I'll take it on the 48.5. Let's work in one more. The Battle of the Golden State, Rams, Niners. That at 49.5. So, Horby, what's the call here? Over or under?
Ooh, this one's tough. I don't know how I would bet the under here either. I think I would have to bet the over, man, because the Niners defense is completely falling apart. If you can't get pressure on Matthew Stafford, he's going to pick you apart. They're going to have to blitz. That's going to open up the middle of the field. And since the Nick Bosa injury, the Niners are 29th in pressure rate. They're struggling to tackle without Fred Warner in the middle of the field. And the Rams defense is damn good, but I don't think that they're going to be able to completely shut out the Niners, regardless of who the quarterback is. As long as CMC's out there, I think they're going to be able to put up some points. So over.